Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to see if we can use stock LS3 injectors on this eBay sheet metal manifold. Hope you like the video. Alright, so I'm going to be helping my buddy build his LS3. He's doing a stroker, all motor build in his 5th gen. I think it's a 5th gen converter. Yeah, I think it's 2011, 2012 or something. But he picked up this fabricated manifold. I've seen these up on eBay and Amazon and stuff like that. The 102mm throttle body. But what we're going to try and see is if you can use the stock injectors with the rail and the manifold. Because it is just an all motor, but he doesn't need anything more than factory, so we'll just kind of be messing around and see if it is possible and what's needed to do it. First thing I'm going to do is just see how it sits in the manifold, see if it even goes in there at all. Or what? Yeah, it doesn't. This O-ring is definitely too big to go into the manifold. Sometimes you can just get different O-rings to get stuff to work. But that blue one feels nice. The one on top actually goes in there really good. So I'm going to get the rail. Alright, the top of the injector does go into the rail real nice, so that's good. But the orange is too big. So the blue actually does work on both sides. It goes into the manifold nicely, and it goes into the rail. So, alright, what I think I'm going to try and do is get a blue O-ring from another injector and just double up, go blue on top, blue on bottom, and see if it fits top and bottom nicely. Alright, I'm just gonna pop off this orange O-ring. Be careful because this does look like it looks like it's plastic, so I'm sure it can break without too much effort. Just gonna kind of walk the O-ring off of there. Damn, it's pretty tight. Alright, I went ahead and already took off a blue O-ring off another injector. If this does work, we could just order some extra O-rings instead of I've seen some people have to use like adapter hats. They kind of sit on the top or the bottom, or I don't know, just there's different ways to adapt injectors to different things. Alright, so blue top, blue bottom. Obviously we know the blue O-ring fits in the rail. It's pretty nice and snug. That should be fine. I'm gonna see if it fits into the manifold. Alright, let's see. Oh, that fits real nice. Yeah, it's snug. Okay, so it will fit into the rail, into the manifold. Now the only thing really left to see is if the height is going to be right. I went ahead and already put on the brackets on this rail. It's going to sit something like this. So I'm gonna get all injectors done up like this, blue top, blue bottom, and install them or just put them onto the rail and see what the height looks like to see if these brackets are the right heights. That's another issue we might run into. Well, it's definitely snug, so that's a good thing. It would be easier to do the injectors in the manifold first and then push the rail onto the injector. Alright, so I got the injectors into the manifold. Now let's see if maybe it'll be easier to mount the top now. I'm just lubricating it with brake clean because if you're fast, it acts like a lubricant, but of course it dries up really fast and doesn't really leave any residue. There we go. Okay, yeah, that was much easier. So now what we need to look for is the height of the bracket off of the manifold. Okay, so let's take a look at these brackets. Yeah, they're pretty off. The injector is bottomed out in the rail, and it's all the way seated in the manifold. That's as close as we can get. Man, that is real. That's like probably 3 washers of a gap, if that's a legitimate way of measuring a gap. So you can guess what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab some washers and see if I can make this work. All right, I've got a handful of 6mm washers. They're just flat washers, not locking. This is kind of just, you know, experimental at this point. But this is how the brackets mount to the manifold. These go through those little brackets straight into the manifold. There's only 3 of them. So I'm just gonna try to do 3 washers per bracket and see how it comes out. Alright, so yeah, this is all I'm doing at this point. I'm just getting stacks of 3 washers, sliding them into place, and then I get my Allen wrench, make sure the hole is lined up with the threads. Oops, that should be fine. This is the last of the 3 mounting bolts. I'm not gonna do it super tight. This is all just kind of like mock-up, you know, just experimenting and testing and seeing what works and what. Got stacks of 3s on all of them, and it seems to be the perfect gap. If you need to know the sizes, the bracket bolts to go to the manifold here, they're just 4mm Allen heads or hex heads, and these bolts here, they go through the rail into the top of the bracket here. That's a 5mm Allen, I think, and it should be a 10mm on the backside. Alright, so this is the owner of the build. It's his Camaro. So I used 3 washers per mount. Remember, like we were talking about?
Yeah.
I think it came out, I think it's gonna be good the way it is. Let me check it out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's a beaut.
That should work, right?
Oh yeah, dude. That's good.
So you're gonna pick up the extra O-rings so that they can all be matching, right?
Yeah. Hopefully by lunchtime, they'll have them there at O'Reilly's. I'll go pick them up, and then we can sit the other half down and see where we go from there.
Hell yeah. Alright, cool. What are you doing over here? Oh my god, dude, what are you... Alright, I guess that's going to be just about it for this video. Pretty much in conclusion, the stock injectors do work on the sheet metal manifold. Just had to throw 3 washers per bracket, and of course, you know, we're not going to know for sure if it works until we like put some fuel pressure through it and make sure that the O-ring is sealed and all that. As far as that is good and no leaks and all that, but as far as, you know, mounting, it mounted up great. Seems like it's going to be okay. I don't see why there would be a problem, but you never know. But obviously you saw he's pretty much using all Texas Speed products. He's got Texas Speed. He had his heads ported by Texas Speed. They offer like this service, right? And I think it's like $750. You can send them your heads, and they'll, I think they CNC machine them, port them out, and stuff like that. He is doing a Texas Speed stroker kit, but he's going to utilize the stock bore. He's just going to hone it out just to kind of save some money, like kind of like on a budget, like not trying to spend more than he needs to, I guess. So he's going to use, like, I believe it's a 4-inch stroke, you know, the matching rods, and he's going to use a piston that is, you know, a stock bore, and he's just going to clean up the bore, you know, no rings and all that, and we're going to assemble it from scratch. So that's going to be pretty cool. If you want to stick around and see some more LS3 content, we're going to be building this thing completely from scratch, from the ground up. you know, bearings, stroker kit, crank, rods, pistons, the heads, everything is going to be 100% redone. So yeah, lots and lots of content coming soon, which I'm excited about because, as you know, I love creating LS content. I've got this 5.3 block here that I've just been kind of, you know, just getting any content I can out of it pretty much. But if you like this video, as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps. Comment below. The comments help. Just interact with the video if you don't mind. And of course, I'm going to throw some links in the description. I'll link out the manifold. It's on Amazon, and anything else I can think of, I'll link that out as well. Click those links if you're interested in the products we're using. But thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Later.